Hello, Cooper Glover, 1972. Here with a video. Um, I watch Gray 1951's videos a fair amount. And he talked, well, this particular video is addressing when he talked about, I think he put this video up today. We watch too many movies, and then I guess the second part of the question, if if it's correct, is that um, if we watch a few bad movies, does that affect our movie watching habits? I guess that's the second part of the question. I wanted to address some of these other videos, do my own videos, but I just never got around to it. I like running out of space on my computer hard drive, and or if I was gonna take my GarageBand songs and put them on the on YouTube, I would run out of space um, um, to do a video addressing these topics that Mike, Grade 1951, and Ian and James were to address every week. I guess they do. So, but anyways, I thought I'd tackle this one, and I thought maybe it won't take too long to talk about this. So, I'll just do this. Anyways, okay. So, do I think watching too many movies, is a bad thing? I don't know. I mean, for me, um, I mean, like Mike was talking about um, the 24-hour movie marathon or movie marathons. Like I participated in the Ryan Chataway marathon. I didn't do it over 24 solid hours. I did it in 3 8-hour blocks. Another YouTuber, Trey Passer, that's the way he did the Ryan Chataway marathon. And I would have fallen asleep if I did it 24 hours in a row. Um, I probably could watch at least 2 films in one day, maybe 3. I mean, with this marathon that I did, I think I watched maybe 4 or 5. I can't remember. I think it's 4. Maybe it was 4 one day, 4 the next day. Yeah, I think it was 4 one day. This next day was 4, and then the following day was 3. Um, yeah, but maybe it does make sense to change gears every so now and then. I like to listen to music. I like to read. I like to write. Well, I basically write poetry. I find it easier to write than screenplay stuff. I have written a short screenplay, and I took Google Photos and I put sound effects and music and did voiceover narration to tell what was happening from a. It wasn't really a script, but it was a treatment, something that I wrote. Um, um, treatments like a summation of what happens in the movie without actually writing the script itself. But anyways, maybe it does make sense to, mix things up a bit, because like I like to exercise. I haven't been doing it recently, but I should go back to the gym and get to that. Get to doing that. It's very good for your health, and it elevates your mood, I think. Um, but like sometimes if you're sitting around doing nothing, you know, whiling away or whatever, sometimes movies can help you alleviate your moods. I suppose if you like the movie, well, I mean, you could watch the movie, right? And you've never seen it before, and it could surprise you with how good it is, and it'll make you feel real good. Um, or you could watch a movie you've seen before, and you know, hope maybe in some instances you would, or maybe if you like watching movies that you like, maybe all of them you would all movies that you like to watch, you you would be in a good mood after you watch it. Or maybe it'd be split down the middle. Like I like feel good movies, but I also like depressing movies. I feel like foreign movies. sometimes address those issues a lot more than maybe American films, or at least modern American films. You know, like in the '70s, I think they tackled sometimes kind of not very hopeful outcomes um, in the endings of the movies. You know, they came out. You know, if you look at Last Detail or One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. Um, uh, I'm trying to think. Well, Easy Rider, Midnight Cowboy, of course, that's the '60s, but you know, it sort of treads in the same material, um, or maybe a dubious happy ending like The Graduate. Um, but yeah, for me, I like watching movies. I mean, I really love it. I mean, um, like my dream job is probably to direct movies. You know. Um, So I don't know. I seem to be going on and on about it, but I'm just trying to sort through my thoughts and say what I say what I'm thinking. So you know, if I watch 2 films per day, maybe even 3, that's okay with me. Um, but it is good to get like physical exercise. I do like doing like a cardio workout at Planet Fitness. I like to do that, and that I think that helps my mood. I like to read. I feel like I've greatly accomplished something. Sometimes when I read, you know, like 50 pages. I mean, I don't read as much as I used to, but I do like to read, and I used to read all the time when I was younger. And I would read by time limit, like I'd read for half an hour, or I'd read 50 pages per day. And you know, depending upon the book, you know, depending upon how large the print is, you can sprint through. If there's pictures in the book with the text, you know, you can sprint through 50 pages pretty fast. Or, you know, if it's very dense and there's a lot of words per page, it's going to take you longer. So, but it's kind of hard to. Do we watch too many movies? I guess it's a matter of degree and um, how each person defines watching too many movies. Maybe maybe if I watch, let's say if I watch 3 movies every single day for 7 days, maybe that would be an overload for me. Maybe that'd be too much. But maybe if I did like 3 films on a Monday and then um, 3 films on a Thursday and 3 films on a Saturday, maybe that wouldn't be too much on me. Maybe 2 films, maybe more like 2 films per on one day, or just 1 film. You know, um, I've been doing this series that I was inspired by another YouTuber named Robert Harrison. Um, he was doing these videos where he showed movies he watched every Friday. He would show the movies he watched during the week, and we'd do a video on it every Friday. And I started watching his videos, and I became aware of him through his comments on Mike's videos. So I started watching his videos, and I thought, why not try that? You know, do a weekly series. So I've done 3 of them already on my channel, where I give my thoughts, I give my ratings on the films. But yeah, so okay, so let's address the second question and finish this video up. The second question is, can if I'm getting this correctly, um, can bad movies, like if you watch a couple, let's say a couple bad movies, will that sour you on the movie watching experience, or like sour you for a little while on it? Um, Not so for me. Um, I watch films for a film festival some of the time, and I watch them all the way through. It doesn't matter how long they are. Um, I personally don't look at any the information of the filmmaker, whether they're a first time or a very well established filmmaker, because I don't want to read anybody else's comments, because I don't want it to color my judgment, to cloud my judgment of a movie. I want to take it fresh at face value and judge it from that point of view. Um, so like, you know, but when watch a movie that's bad, I feel like I have to cleanse my palate. So I feel like I have to watch a good movie, and sometimes it means watching a film I've seen before, you know. So, um, or watching maybe another film that I haven't seen before, but maybe has more clout, more critical praise for it, or whatever. Um, so no, you know, if I watch two films in a row that were bad, I mean, I like film so much that I like watching bad movies. I like watching movies that um, where you know, if I read stuff on the internet about it or in the newspaper or whatever that says it's a bad movie, they can break down why it's bad. Sometimes you can learn a lot more about why movies work and don't work by watching bad movies because it's more apparent. So, I mean, when you think about making movies, it's a major miracle all the stages that the a film goes through to get made and distributed. You know, you have to write the script, which is like writing the great American novel. You know, I'd like to say how many people have done that. You know, have written like a 120-page script. You know, a lot of people will walk up and they'll say, "Well, I could write a script," or "I'd write a better movie," or um, "I'm going to write a script one of these days." But how many people actually do that? You know, and then you have to think, well, you know, that's one hurdle. Then you got to find the financing to make the film. That's another hurdle. That could be hard. It could take you years to get a film made. You know, this. I mean, like take a look at Blade Runner. Um, it was at least 8 years, maybe 10 or something before it was actually shooting. You know, but before it started, you know, with with Hampton Fancher. If you watch the documentaries, if you watch the Dangerous Days documentary on the Blade Runner box set, but you got to find funding, and sometimes the bottom falls out, and you lose funding, or you know somebody backs out, which happens countless times in all these movies, particularly in Hollywood ones, because you hear about those. But you know, also happens in the independent world. You know, um, because in the independent world, you got to work on lower budgets, which makes you more creative, by the way, which is a good thing because um, just throwing more money at a problem sometimes doesn't solve anything. Sometimes it makes it worse. Um, sometimes you, sometimes when you have less money, you think more creatively. Um, sometimes when you have more money, um, maybe you can solve the problem. I don't know. It just maybe it becomes too much of a burden, you know. So um, if I'm thinking that correctly, but anyway, so then you get the funding for the movie. So there's that. Then you have to make the movie, and you make the movie, and you know you could have people on breathing down your neck. You know, if you go like one day over because you didn't get a shot because it was going to be shot in the rain, and all the days that you shot were there was no rain, you know, or no snow or whatever. So I mean, there's just countless things that come up on a film. You know, I worked on a few films. You know, you can work under cold weather and the sound equipment won't work. Um, the wind will blow through the microphone. Um, there's just countless things that happen on a movie set. You know, um, I'm thinking of sound. You know, like cars passing. You might not hear it when you're filming, but then you know when you're in the editing chair, you'll hear all the sounds. You might have to replace the sounds. So I mean, it's a big commitment. You know. Um, so let's get then you get to the editing stage of making a movie. That's hard too. You know, you have to decide what to keep and what to throw away. You know, if you shoot a lot of coverage, if you shoot from a lot of angles, in a way you're wasting a lot of money because I don't know if I'm digressing from this topic, but I sort of like telling this to you anyways. But you know, you could economize your budget by just shooting the shots you need to shoot. Of course, another thing that another YouTuber brought up, like with Hitchcock, I like Hitchcock, but he was saying like sometimes when things are like scripted, they seem too stilted. I don't know if I'm paraphrasing him correctly, but sometimes if you like, what's the word I'm looking for? Improvise and play off the script. Sometimes it sounds more lifelike, more organic. So, anyways, I'm digressing again, but and then you get to um, showing it to the public and having a life of its own. Where it'll play in the theaters for a long time, maybe several weeks, maybe not. Then you got to have it on streaming platforms like, well, you got to show it at film festivals. You have to run it through the circuit if you wanted to do it that way. Or if it's a big studio film, you got to show it through the big cine multiplexes. And then you got streaming platforms and, physical media, which, some of us here on YouTube collect, but I don't know if everybody in the vast majority collect physical media as much. It's not as sold. It's not sold in as many places as it used to be. You have to obtain physical copies of movies. Sometimes a lot of that comes from the internet. So, but anyways, so I guess I'm digressing. I like to say that. I thought that might be interesting to talk about. All right, so I think I've addressed this issue enough. But I just thought I'd put my 2 cents in. And anyways, thanks for watching. Take a look at my channel. I put up GarageBand videos. I haven't put up a GarageBand video in probably a few weeks, maybe even a little more than that. I have it's a program on my Mac. It's you make music. I have a few guitars. I have a MIDI keyboard, and I use the drum track on Songwriter on GarageBand to make music. And my weekly series of films I've watched during the week. And I have a blog too with my poetry on it, which I'll put right here. I'll put it on for 20 seconds here so you can get a good view of it. Anyways, I guess it does it. Just check out my channel. Always appreciate comments, and thanks, Mike, for bringing this topic up. Maybe I'd go back to doing videos on the former topics you guys were talking about. I don't know, but I run out of space on the hard drive with my GarageBand videos, and then the weekly film videos take up a lot of space. So I don't know, but I felt like I should do a video on this. So here it is. All right, thanks for watching. I'll see you later. Goodbye.